What's good, everybody? This is your boy JPTHEGLOVE74 back with another video. Today, I'm going to react to Working Punch Productions, Jim Cornette Buries the universe. Oh man, this is gonna be a really good video. It's probably gonna be really hilarious. You know, Jim Cornette, in my opinion, one of the all-time greatest managers, but also one of the best trash talkers. So we're back into this. If this is your first time, this is JPTHEGLOVE74. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and let's get into this.
They're making a joke out of the wrestling business. I don't burn bridges, I demolish them. Fuck you. Again, fuck you.
Oh, John 19. Uh-oh. What's he gonna say?
Do you ever have nightmares about the dynamic dude?
Oh, gee, you know, Shane wasn't so bad, but that fucking left foot Laurinaitis, let me tell you something. Actually, the dudes didn't give me nightmares. We managed to forget the matches, but then somehow Laurinaitis came back in a reincarnation to inflict misery on the entire world of wrestling, and actually my bigger nightmares are about the shit that he did to Ohio Valley Wrestling in Louisville on the way to completely destroying and demolishing the WWE developmental program anywhere and completely destroying their chances of finding, training, and fostering future talent. All goes on John Laurinaitis' back because he's a big lying sack of shit. John, fuck you. Lawrence didn't want to tell you this. I'm sorry, John. You know you're a complete fucking idiot and you're a liar. You know he would. Then we start. The thing is,
Does anyone like him?
no, not the worst. His own mother slapped the store that delivered. I get on the phone and call Laurinaitis for his voicemail. It's John Laurinaitis. It's Jim Cornette. My top heel just walked into fucking television looking like a 40-year-old truck driver. Would you please tell this alleged creative team that if they can't fucking pretend or imagine what a guy looks like bald, give me 2 weeks notice, I'll book him in a hair match, I'll shave it, and I'll sell some tickets. Thank you, fuck you, bye. Jim Hurd, God bless him, God rest his soul. I love him saying for real, but he's not dead yet. I got my fingers crossed.
Oops.
He got me on Sprite because it's caffeine free. And see, when I was spent 6 months on the WCW booking committee working with Jim Hurd, I ended up being hospitalized with a fucking stomach problem because I was so stressed that I was overproducing stomach acid, which led to the symptoms of a heart attack. And they had me hooked up to the daggum thing, and I thought I was having a heart attack. And they said, prescription strength Zantac and stay away from stress. I said, I work for Jim Hurd. I can't do that.
As fast as Jim Hurd was, do you know of any good ribs that were pulled on?
Well, actually, no. You don't rib people unless you like them or unless it's some fucking annoying fuck that you really don't like and you can get away with it. He didn't fit either category because nobody liked him, but at the same point, he had a position of power. But when I can't remember what the milestone was, but I was living in Knoxville because I remember making the phone call to 1-800-Flowers or whatever from my office downstairs. So it was in '92, right before he left. He was fixed to leave because he left in '92, so he was fixed to quit. And they reached some milestone where some house was so rotten, or some pay-per-view was nobody watched, or some rating was so minuscule that I just called up 1-800-Flowers and sent him a bouquet at the CNN Center in Atlanta, a bouquet of dead black roses.
Oh no!
Oh dear! Our deepest sympathies on the death of your wrestling promotion, Jim Cornette and Stan Lee. No, there were no good ribs with Hurd. He wasn't. He had no sense of humor. He had no sense. Nobody liked him. Nobody cared. They just. The way I wanted to give my resignation, because we knew we were going to quit WCW. We talked about, I fantasized about it in the car. I'd almost get a hard on. For the last year I was with WCW, I was booking Smoky Mountain Wrestling in my head. We talked about it. I talked with Bobby and Stan back and forth. And the original plan was to take the midnight with me, but you know, we thought we'd let the contract expire. We didn't know Stan and I were going to quit, and that whole story's detailed. But anyway, I want to give my notice this way. I said to Jim Herd, I want to fucking walk in with a starter pistol, a blank gun, and kick his fucking door open and fire 5 shots at him. That's what I did. And Bobby brought me back out of it because he said, Corny, as many people as this guy has fucked around, he's probably got a real loaded one in his fucking top desk drawer. I said, well, yeah, okay.
That's true.
But
That's true.
Then for a brief moment, I thought maybe I'll just take a loaded one first because I wanted to. But I'd rather put my thumbs just in his eye sockets and just do it that way.
Uh-oh.
Laughed at it. Everybody, the NWA wrestlers laughed at it. You know, I guess they laughed last, but it was silly, it was stupid, it was cartoony, made wrestling phony. And it was funnier in retrospect than the fucking rotten material that they give guys now to say on television, because at least it was the boys coming up with their own fucking funny shit, and the boys are somewhat funny, but I hated it. Wouldn't even watch it if somebody gave me a free fucking tape, because it was the start of the downfall of our business. Don't insult people's attention or insult people's intelligence and just start slapping them in the face that we're phony, it's all show, fucking cartoon. No, I was aggravation eating. I got up to 278 pounds at my height in the WWF. I would eat 3-4 fucking dinners. I was just eating like I'm gonna kill fucking woman. I hate this fucking shit. I hate fucking Connecticut. I want to go home. Blah, blah, blah. And by the way, if you ever think about doing business with the WWE and you're in the wrestling business, they will fuck you because they think that they're better than you are. Why does the WWE hardly use any of the SMW footage? Is it to get back at you? Do they just not see the value in it or what? I don't think it's anything. They would rather show the best of Chief J Strongbow from 1973. All those classic fucking matches. And I said, fuck you, WWE, in the past 15 seconds, because I'd like to again. It just feels so good running off my tongue. Fuck you, WWE.
Oh, Shawn Michaels. Uh-oh.
Great in the ring and horrible for business. Not only, I won't say he didn't draw, but he was horrible for business as far as doing business. Because how many times did he drop the thing once he won it? Did he lose his smile? Was he fucking upset about something? Was he cranky that week? Was his asshole bleeding? Was her asshole bleeding that week? With Jose, that was Bruce Pritchard, as I recall, came up with that. It was supposed to be the Rocky Burgess Meredith thing. Yeah. And actually that tied into the original idea with Vader, that Vader would, Vader bomb fucking poor Jose, and Shawn would cry over his mentor, and it'd be that touching moment. Jose did train Shawn. Jose broke Shawn into business. Shawn did not want him in the ring with him.
Wow.
And I don't know why. He never actually came out and said it. You could just tell it because he would turn away from him. He didn't put him over. There was never that father-son relationship. There was never that genuine feeling. He ignored him half the time and yelled at him a few times.
Didn't want to share the spotlight.
Well, like the 65-year-old manager and the fucking 35-year-old fat manager on the other side are going to steal the spotlight from him. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Shawn kept a lot of heat with people. When the next year at WrestleMania with the match with Austin and Tyson, as soon as Taker was finished, he went back, he taped his fists.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Sat right down in gorilla position and watched the monitor, watch Shawn drop the title to Austin.
Yep, that was true.
And provided everything went the right way, that was all that was going to happen, and everything went the right way. And as soon as 1, 2, 3, ding, 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 he stood up, started pulling his tape off, and went and changed. Because Undertaker cared about business and the rest of the boys rather than his own fucking little meager self. Shawn, hi. Born again. Was not in favor the first time. You were always a prick to me. I just want to remind you. Michaels is 0 for life on any kind of fucking real fight. The Harris boys, I think it was Ron watched the door and Don watched the door and Ron grabbed him by the neck and held him up to his feet. We're going wee, wee, wee in the garden on their last day. And the Marine beat him up, or the 9 Marines or 1 Marine, depending on the story. Actually, Davey Boy Smith was with him, but they had a 2-door rental car, and where the seat flips up, you know, and you get in the back seat. Davey, as big as he was in the back seat with the seat on him, and he couldn't get out to save Shawn's fucking little rabbit ass. Shawn Michaels, he was unprofessional. He was always on fucking pills or whatever. And by the way, Shawn, fuck you too. The way you fucking talked to me, the way you talked to Jose Lothario, who got you in the business. For the way that you fucking got with your little clique and fucking exposed the business in Madison Square Garden and kowtowed, and everybody had to kowtow to you, and you're whining and you lost your smile and you didn't want to do jobs, and wherever you were pilled up doing whatever the fuck you were doing, you were a fucking asshole and a prick. And if you found God, that's generally because I've noticed people in this business that find God do so when everybody else hates them so bad they won't speak to them. When mortals won't speak to you, you find a higher power.
Triple H, yep.
By the way, here's what I think about Triple H. His promos, I'd rather watch a dog lick its balls.
Oh.
Boring and way too long. One time I had Raw on and he's talking, and then I fucking go out to the garage, I get some, I come back, he's talking, then he gets in the ring to wrestle. Okay, so I go make myself a fucking sandwich. I come back, he's talking after he finished the fucking match. Good worker, student of the game, but he's the guy that works with the guy that draws the money. With Triple H, unless he had married into the family and been smashed into that spot year after year after year, with the interruptions for the injuries, with the bland promos, would he have ever been in that spot if he was just, you know, even he's a good worker, but he ain't Shawn Michaels as far as show stealer. He ain't Steve Austin as far as, or The Rock as far as fucking megastar. He ain't Mick Foley as far as talent. He doesn't get, does Triple H get mentioned in with those guys? Flair, Foley, Taker, Austin, Rock, except in WWF scripted fucking television commercials? No. He was a fucking kiss ass and a suck up then. He's apparently, well, now he doesn't need to kiss ass and suck up because he's licking the right crack. So therefore he doesn't need to suck anybody. But the point is, he didn't mean it when he apologized to me. He didn't mean it when he apologized to the boys. He didn't mean it when he was saying he was sorry that he exposed the business. And so, you know, he's got, as his brow increases from steroid or HGH use, so does his ego from fucking being irreplaceable because he's got the keys to the kingdom. Because he's fucking married to the boss's daughter. You noticed every time somebody buddies up to Helmsley, they get the title? We pushed Batista to the moon. The first time I saw Dave Batista, he could not sell a punch. Alpha had taught him how to write a check. He immediately in training tore his bicep because he was so fucking steroided up. And he was off on the sidelines for 3 months, and he got a chance to sit and watch class, and then he was better. And he had an amazing look. He was a good natural athlete. He was a very frail demon. He was always sitting there with his sweatshirt on, and he was always very cold and always very chilly. And you should have seen when we brought him up, rose him out of the Ohio River. Oh my God, he was down there going, oh my God, snakes and shit. And he did whatever his wife said for him to do. And he was just a pussy-whipped, fucking frail, fucking quiet demon. But Leviathan, the demon of the deep, the guardian of the gates of hell, the right hand of Satan himself, was the most physically dominant force that had ever been in the promotion. And we smashed him over. He beat everybody. He did no jobs. He beat 2 guys and 3 guys at a time. We made him so our version of The Undertaker, because that's what I was going for. I was going for The Undertaker's next money pay-per-view opponent, because look at the guy. He can't take arm drags in the second match. He's either going to be main event or nothing. So I was shooting for a gimmick that he could, with his limited ability, to be quite honest, that he could perform, that could get over, and it did. And I put him in the ring with Kane, and he's sitting there. I said, tell Glenn what you do. Well, anything you want to do. He just had no oomph to him. Put him in the ring with The Undertaker for the first time in Louisville. All these things drew, put him in the ring with Big Show. All these things drew money. They sold tickets. He was an attraction, but he was never driven to be a success. He like, oh, I'm sick today or whatever the fuck. So anyway, finally, they take him up there, they put him in a suit and put the box around his neck for Devon, right? You remember that? And they're about ready to fire him, and somehow he starts working out with Helmsley, and all of a sudden he's a top guy. And then all of a sudden he writes a book he didn't learn anything in OVW. Well, it wasn't for lack of trying. I called him on the phone. I said, Dave Batista, Left a message on his voicemail. Said, I'd like you to call me back and tell me why you say you didn't learn anything. When we took care of you, we liked you, we smashed you over, we did everything we could possibly do for you, and then you come and knock me and Danny Davis. I said, I'd like you to call me and tell me why. In the meantime, fuck you.
Okay, so we're gonna stop it right here. Jim Cornette. He was going off on everyone. Like he was burying everyone. I think probably my favorite one. So my favorite one so far, it had to be the Batista one. the Batista one, the Batista one. He was just like it was no host barred, no host barred. This was a really great video. Shout out to Working Punch Productions, and also shout out to Jim Cornette as well. one of the all-time greats. Make sure you hit that like button, and make sure you comment down below if you want to react to the part 2 of Jim Cornette building universe. Just hit that like button, and I'll get back to you. In the meantime, this is your boy JPTHEGLOVE74. I hope you guys have a great day. Be sure to follow me on social media and subscribe to my channel. God bless y'all.